Hello and welcome to episode 13, what an unlucky number, which is ironic, and I'll explain why. Welcome to episode 13 of my Minecraft Creative Series. So I'm going to get the video rolling and explain all the drama. So, I don't know why I've started the video here just facing those houses. I think that was just where I left the player, if you like. Left Steve, because I've just got Steve. That's where I left Steve after completing my last episode where I upgraded my train station. Now, in this episode, and it's going to be like half an episode really, because if you've been following, you'll know I've had some recording problems. I'm going to try and finish off this little square that I've got here, so you can see I've outlined sort of where I want the houses to go. And I thought, I'll finish the rest on camera in case anyone wants to see like how I've built them and decided how to put things. So again, I've got my little cut-throughs, as you can see, and I've got a tiny little house there, which I do end up expanding, but I just know that footage is not recorded because it was near the end of the episode. So yeah, in this little space at the end of my, what we're going to call the courtyard, I need to remember this is the courtyard, and the other bit we're going to call the village square or the town square when it becomes a town. Which, by the way, I've actually worked out that based on all the houses I've built now, and I don't know if that includes the ones in this episode, I'm so going to lose track. I don't know how I'm going to keep track of it. That I think that the population of this village would now be like about 44 people-ish. Which, yeah, it's now bigger than Foxby, isn't it? So, yeah, it just gives it a little something, and I know I need to start making places for those people to work. But yeah, so I do end up tweaking it a bit. Now, as you can see, there's like stairs that come down from that courtyard, and that means that on this side of the buildings I've been able to add some, well, it's only there and next to it on the left, some little, well, I didn't know if they were going to be like separate flats or part of the buildings above, like a basement, but I do end up combining the two together to make it like one sort of ground floor flat. I would say you'll see, but I again know that part of the episode is not recorded. I hope I can figure out what is going wrong with my recording software, because it is very annoying. Very annoying. Right, I'm going to skip to something a little bit more exciting. Bear with. So putting the floor in, not very exciting. Okay, and then I'm starting to just put the walls in around that house on the end. That house on the end ends up being really peculiar. And again, maybe to keep you enticed or not to spoil anything. But that house that I'm just working on now does end up having like the bedroom in the attic, if you like. And I put like a little window in the side of the house, and it ends up being, I think, really nice. Like, I'd like to have a little house like that. Not that I don't like my little house, I do love my little house. I know I complain about it, but I do like my little house. Let me fast forward again to something more exciting. So, here is just the staircase for what I assumed was going to be a massive house in the middle, because it looks bigger than all the others, but it ends up being just as small as all the other ones. I think I do end up putting a bedroom in the attic for that house as well, just because I'm so limited on space. It means I have to, because I could only otherwise get like one bedroom in it, and I couldn't fit the bathroom in, so I was like, I'm going to have to go up a floor. Not ideal. As you can see there, I run into a bit of a problem where you can't get downstairs. I absolutely hate when that happens in Minecraft. So I then start thinking, well, what am I going to do about this staircase and make it so that you can actually get around the building? And I end up putting the staircase sort of in front of what is the window at the front of that building. You'll see in just a second. So let me fast forward and you'll see what I've done. So as you can see there, I've put the staircase so it sort of wraps around a curved staircase. It just sort of utilises the space better, so I can actually try and do something with it. And again, it does end up being a really awkward house, but I like what I do with it in the end. I was thinking that space would be like bedroom, bathroom space, but then I realised it's just way too small and there's nothing I can do with it. I don't know why all my houses end up being really small. I'm really sorry about that. I mean, the ones in the background are a lot bigger, aren't they? I say a lot bigger. They're still quite cramped too, but these ones, I mean, I know it's like in the centre of the village, and if you go to the centre of any village, they have got really small, like, terraced houses or whatever. Like, they're from when there were cottages there, I guess, and maybe didn't have a lot of money to spend on a property. So I do want to try and keep it realistic if I can. But But I'm fully aware that these are going to upgrade over time. Like maybe I'll do them up and turn them into like really nice modern flats or something. But yeah, I'm really trying to make it like a real life narrative and story. But so far, I'm really loving like how it's developing. And I think putting a courtyard here was like completely the right thing to do. It's going to give it that little community feel, and it might make it easier for me to track the population as well. If I keep track of the population of like the court, I could have like different districts. Like I know in Scunthorpe there was like Westcliff, Riddins, Crosby. Like I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Ashby. So maybe I can have like different little districts within my creative world, where yeah, I can keep track of the population easy and make sure maybe like each one's got like a primary school or something. That'd be ace. Give me ideas. I need to be mindful that this episode is going to cut off in about 15 minutes time, but I suppose if it ends, you'll just see me talking still, which is not the end of the world. It's just not very exciting. I'm really gutted the whole thing didn't record, because like you're not going to be able to see me put in like the extension on the house on the right, and you're not going to be able to see me putting the beds in the attics, because that's like the final thing that I do and decide like the layout of the buildings on the inside. So I'm going to have to do, it's going to be like a split episode. Episode 14, it's ironic that episode 13 didn't work, because 13 is a lucky number, isn't it? It was bound to happen. Episode 14 is obviously, I guess, going to be me showing off whatever I've not shown off in this episode. And then 15, because it's a multiple of 5, I should do 5 houses, which is fine by me. I think that's a really good way to go forward, to make sure I keep expanding these worlds and pushing them to become bigger and bigger and bigger. And then hopefully eventually we'll get onto like nice services that they need, like nice big retail shops or leisure centres or football stadiums. Like that'd be ace. But I really think I'm doing right by growing it organically and sort of having a narrative to it, rather than just... Because what I've done before is I'm like, yeah, I need a football stadium. I build a giant football stadium, but then there's like no houses around it, and it's like, well, who's going to go to the football stadium? So that's why I really want to keep it to as being realistic as possible, I guess. It'd be interesting to know like at what sort of population does a town get a football stadium? I don't know. Can you just? I mean, I suppose a village could have like a little football club. Me myself, I've got no interest in football whatsoever, but obviously I said I want to keep it realistic, so everyone seems to love football. God knows why. I think it's boring. Sorry, I hope I'm not offending anybody. But yeah. Anyway, what I'm doing now is obviously just building up the walls to that little house there. I think that house ends up having so much character. I like that it's got plenty, well, I say plenty, it ends up being a problem, but it's got some upstairs space compared to downstairs. Obviously downstairs it's quite limited, but I don't think that's a problem. It can just be like a little kitchenette maybe, and I don't know if you can squeeze in maybe a couple of armchairs, I don't know. But again, if I need to extend it, I will, because I do remember I do put an extension on that little house, because I put 2 bedrooms up there. I've gone away from it now, but I put 2 bedrooms up there and then realised that I haven't got space for a bathroom, and it obviously needs a bathroom. So I'm going to fast forward a bit, something more exciting. I'll just say that at the minute all I'm doing is sort of building up that house in the middle. You might have seen from the thumbnail of this. Oh, you won't have seen, because I won't have a decent thumbnail because I don't get to the end of the episode. So I'm just building up the house in the middle to really give it that character. And I know a lot of, like, on some of the newer build estates, they do have like a bigger house in the middle and then smaller ones like either side. So that's kind of the feel I was going for. And I sort of like how it turns out. It's just the bits above the cut-throughs, I feel like they don't look quite right maybe, so I do like leave them as they are in the end, but I could always change them in the future. Because everything I'm building, I'm not thinking it's set in stone, because as silly as it sounds, like I've really got this vision that one day this is going to be like a great big city with like skyscrapers and stuff. That'd be ace, but we'll just have to see how far it gets and how far it evolves. Maybe I won't be able to commit to this YouTube thing, but we'll see. Which, on that note, I'm going to look at how long I've got till half term, because I was thinking like in half term I'll be able to just smash out episodes. It's just if I'm with my partner I won't be able to do it, will I? So it's about a month away, so it's a while to go. Oh well. But yeah, maybe I could like bulk record in half term in my free time while he's at work maybe, and then upload one a day like at regular times. That'd be ace, and then follow along with the story. I think one a day is reasonable. Sometimes I wish that other YouTubers would release like 2 a day. I don't like having to wait a whole day for another episode. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want to stick to one a day at least. And I know I'm behind, so this is episode 13, because it's the unlucky one, 13, isn't it? And we're on the 21st of September at the point of recording, so that means I'm about a week behind, doesn't it? But I've got a bit of free time today. I really want to go see my family, which I thought I'd be doing like now, but I've got stuck into recording, so I feel like I should record until I get bored of it. I don't know. I really just want to smash out episodes, to be honest. Anyway, boring. Right, I'm going to fast forward a little bit because I'm aware I'm just working on roofs and it's not very exciting. Let's go 30 seconds ahead, still working on roofs. 30 seconds ahead, still working on roofs. You can see what I'm talking about there is the cut through having a little roof above it. And I think it does make it look a bit strange because you've got this big building in the middle, the two either side, and there's some smaller roofs either side. I'll have to show you in the next episode because I don't know if it'll work in this one. How long does it say I've got left? 9 minutes. I don't know why it just randomly stops recording. I appreciate like things with machines go wrong. And I think it might be the Xbox because even after I'd unplugged the memory stick, the Xbox was lagging out like mad. I was pressing the Xbox button to get the menu up and it was just not cooperating. I don't know what's up with it. I don't really fancy buying a new Xbox really. I'd rather stick with that one as long as I can, if that makes sense. I do keep thinking of other ways around it. I think like, could I just play Minecraft on my laptop, or should I stream like from my Xbox to my laptop? The only thing is, unless I record it and record it again, I couldn't like fast forward the boring bits, which is something I should have done from the offset. I think I just had so much to say when I started recording. I'm glad all that's fizzled out. I just felt like I was going to be so talkative. Whereas now I'm actually talking about like what happens in the background in between little bits. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I'm not boring people to death. Because I'm aware like listening to my voice for a very long time can be very, not the best. I'm going to fast forward again because again I'm just doing the roof on that side of the building. So let's get that sorted. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Like so, and then I'm doing it for the main building. Okay, so I might get a decent thumbnail for the episode, we'll see. But I guess you won't see with the glass in it and everything. Let's keep going. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Brace yourselves. Yeah, look at that. So I do like how it looks. It's just those little bits either side of the main building. Maybe I should just... I don't know. I really don't know. It's something about it I'm just not quite happy with, so I guess I will change. Oh my gosh, it looks like you are going to get to see me decorating this house, which is ace. So, I'm so glad. As it's little bits like the furnishings, I think you guys will be really interested to see how I like carve the space and make the different rooms. And I think it's cool to see the decision-making process there, rather than me just showing you the final thing. Because you can see me trying stuff out and my thought process, compared to like just having the final thing done. So how long have we got? Oh, 3 minutes. Well, you should see this this first house done, maybe like the next one, and then it is going to cut off. And I'll just have to, in the next episode, show you what's not recorded. So yeah, I feel like that little place where I've just put the double bed is the perfect place for the double bed. Nice little bedroom. And then I start putting one above above the cut through. Now I try putting it there, but I really don't like when you don't have the bedside table either side of the bed. Maybe that's just me. I nearly did it in my master bedroom actually. I thought I'll have my room like that, but I thought no, you want a bedside table to put things on. So as you can see, I do end up changing it and putting it that way around, which then means I have to move where the wall's going to go. And then I think, okay, but I'm going to need like a shower room or a bathroom. And it's like, where's that going to go? And I realise there's no space for it. So I do put an extension on, but I don't do that till later. I just think, oh, I'll come back to it later. So because we're now only got 2 minutes of this recording left, I doubt you're going to see a lot more. I bet I just end up like doing a floor or something. Let's go 30 seconds in and see what we finish off with. Okay, so it looks like, let me rewind so you can actually see what I'm doing there. It looks like I go into the ground floor flat down there on the right, look, and start thinking, right, I'll sort that out. It's a small little space. And I'm glad it's recorded a bit of it actually, because you can see what I do to start with and realise that there's just not the space for it, and that's why I do end up combining it with the one next door and making it one ground floor flat, which I think turns out really nice. Like, I imagined if that was a real life building, like I'd quite like to have that space. It looks, in my opinion, like a nice little flat. So yeah, here I was like thinking, can I have a shower room there? But I was like, well, there's not enough room for another bedroom, and the bathroom itself would only have room for either a toilet and a shower, or a toilet and a sink. Like, it just doesn't work. So yeah, I have to rejig it. Right, I'm gonna start wrapping up the episode. I will leave it playing. It is just gonna cut off. I don't know why it just stops recording. There's like literally no reason for it. It's not like my memory stick was full. I think it's just my Xbox having a moment and giving up. Oh, excuse me. So you can see I'm just putting glass in. Yeah, boring. So as soon as the video stops, I'll just end the episode there. We've got 1 minute, so you've got 1 more minute of me. I don't know, do I just end up putting windows in? Should we go 30 seconds ahead? Alright, so I go down to that ground floor flat next to the one that I've just been working on and basically just put a floor in. So I'll leave it here and I'll show you in the next episode everything that I've done. I'm really sorry it's not recorded, but obviously that's not my fault. It was the best I could do, unfortunately. But again, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video at all, you know what to do. And I will see you in the next one, episode 14. And then 15 I'll be building houses, won't I? Because it's multiple of 5. Oh, look, it's stopped. Misery. Thank you, episode 13. It's got to be the number 13. That's got to be what it is. Or is it just me being superstitious? Right, again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.